What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Dave B. Welcome to the Esoteric Hustler Academy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do we're gonna go through all the signs, you know what I'm saying? We starting off with Aries and we breaking down basically it's gonna be a house transit reading and a card pull, you know what I'm saying? So while I'm shuffling this shit, I'm going or like while I'm shuffling, while I'm getting myself together, the first thing we're gonna start talking about is just kind of getting into where your houses is at and breaking down kind of what planets is going on there. And then also we're gonna be talking about house lords and shit like that. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a house transit reading. So for the most part, uh and it's gonna be based off your ascendant. So if you're an Aries ascendant, you should be watching this. Because basically it's gonna map out all your houses, where your houses are at. So and also keep in mind, like, even though you might be an Aries ascendant, depending on the degree, you might slightly be like your houses might slightly be shifted. So you know what I'm saying, like how you can kind of do it is you could watch the other risings that have the house placement where yours is at. You know what I'm saying, to kind of get a grasp. But I mean, the same energy kind of applies, you know what I'm saying? But it's just something to keep into account, you know what I'm saying? Like, however the message resonates, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I can to just kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? For the basic houses, that's where it's supposed to be at. That's where the energy going to be at. So even if your houses are slightly shifted, you still got energies there, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's just jump right in. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be for the Aries ascendant. So what's good, Aries? How y'all doing and shit like that? You know, it's my first time doing a video for all the signs for real. So like, I feel like I'm developing a personal relationship with all the signs, like on some crazy shit. But anyway, just to get into it. So off the bat, um, you know, having an Aries ascendant, means that in your second house is Taurus, um, your sixth house is Virgo, your 10th house is Cap. So, you know how I'm doing this, because it's a business reading. I'm focusing on all your Earth houses. So, Earth houses be the second, sixth, and 10th. Backed and supported by Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, how we look at business houses and when we're organizing our own businesses, what we want to do is the second house represents what we value or have to offer to value. The sixth house is how we need to put that shit into organization or a routine, and what we kind of need to constantly be working on. And then the 10th is how we broadcast it. Yeah, that's how we broadcast it. The 11th house is like marketing and shit like that, but that's not what this is about. Just focusing on those three houses. I just wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying, so you can have in your mind, oh, like this is how it can all correlate. So for the most part, how we gonna do this is like, so if you don't know about house lords, basically, so for instance, your first house is Aries, so the house lord of that house is like, so you look at Aries and what planet rules Aries, then you take that planet, right, and you find it where it's at on your chart. Wherever it's at on your chart, basically that house and that energy itself, like that, really, like the house or the sign that it's in, you want to use that energy and incorporate it into your first house. So if you got your, like, say your first house Aries, but you got Mars in the sixth house, then you want to look at your sixth house, right, and look what's there, and then basically take that house and utilize it with your first house. So that'd be taking your sixth house principles and like, it's like organizing, you know what I'm saying, organization, looking at the details, analyzation, and then you want to incorporate that when it comes to your first house like thing. So that's like your personal affairs, personal interests, your personal hobbies, your personal insecurities. You want to put those, you want to make sure you organize those, or you want to, you know what I'm saying, like that kind of deal. You want to analyze those or not analyze those. Try not to overthink about those, or you know what I'm saying, or you want to overthink about them so that you can come to some kind of practical solution or how you can get over them type shit. Like, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying, or organizing your personal affairs, organizing the personal people, places, and things in your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how you kind of think about house lords. So that's what, like, this reading is going to be mainly about houses, just kind of talking about the second, sixth, and 10th specifically. So off the bat, we got, for you guys, you got Uranus in your second house, and then the Lord of your second house currently transiting, currently transiting the seventh house. So off the bat, what that means is that it's kind of like tough for y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Business is probably a little tough for y'all, or not. It's like basically like when it comes to like the things that y'all value, because you're kind of at odds. You know, Uranus first of all is here causing a lot of havoc, a lot of changes and shit like that, and a lot of you having to be an individual and in some way kind of rebel against you know what I'm saying, against the things you value. You know what I'm saying? You might find yourself kind of having to go against a lot of the things you value, and or like, you know what I'm saying, especially the things that you are starting to notice you may have overindulged in. You know what I'm saying? You might find yourself kind of more so looking at things and being like, damn, like, okay, you know, looking at things as far as what you need to change and transform on some level. But that causes being an individual and being opposing. However, you got your second house lord currently transiting in your seventh house. So that's calling, like, basically, that's telling you to be more relatable, though, when it comes to the things that you value. So it's kind of like a trade-off type thing where the more you can become a strong individual in whatever it is that you value, right, and what you want to offer to the world, you'll start to manifest the different people, places, and things that actually you can relate those things that you value to. You know what I'm saying? So right now, like the house lord, in order to maximize that energy, and that's really what the house lords is for. It's like you can start to maximize certain energies, or, you know what I'm saying, kind of get kind of more cold when you're going about just kind of utilizing your energies. You can get more cold with it. So in the sense of just being able to be more strategic, or you know, harness the energy in a different way, in a more beneficial way, to have things go in your favor more often than not. Of course, not everything is perfect, and it's like, I don't want to talk about it like it's some kind of power up, because I mean it is in a lot of ways, but you know, I don't want to reinforce the cookie cutter idea of astrology, and how, you know, this shit is merely a tool. It's not nothing more, nothing less. So it's just a matter of knowing how to utilize your shit. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, like I was saying, it's a situation where, you know, you'll be able to reap the most benefits if you're able to take what you value and take the thing that you have to offer to the world, your gifts, and not and in their uniqueness, because Uranus is there. We have to acknowledge where Uranus is at. So you got to be your unique individual. So it might go against a lot of people, but ultimately you're utilizing it to be, you know, you're relating it. If you're finding ways to relate it, so finding new ways to relate that, and you know, initiate conversations through that, aka using that seventh house energy, is like incorporating it into your second house. So whatever it is that you do value, finding ways that you can make it relatable, even though it's unique. But if you're doing it if you're doing it, you know what I'm saying, God's way, if you're doing it the way that's unique to your spirit, right, and it's truly in your energy, you're gonna already off the bat start to manifest people, places, and things that will continue to support that. You feel me? So yeah, so let's jump into your sixth house. So your sixth house is Virgo. Now, no planets are currently transit in Virgo, but for the most part, if we're looking at where your house lord of the sixth house would be, which is Mercury, it's in the third house right now. No, it's in the seventh house, along with hold on. Did I make a mistake? Hold on real quick. Aries. Aries rising. The ninth. Oh yeah. I did make a mistake. Okay, so I was talking about you know, the house lord of Aries being in the house lord of Taurus. Yeah, I was talking about, you know, the house lord of y'all second house being in the seventh house. I was wrong. I was thinking of because for some reason I was thinking of Mars. I don't know why I was thinking of Mars, but actually, what it's gonna be is in your ninth house, I believe. Let me think. Seventh house would be Libra. Your eighth house would be, yeah, in your ninth house, because y'all houses lined up. So in your ninth house. So okay, cool. So that's being a unique individual, and then adding some spiritual natures with when it comes to the things that you value. Adding spiritual natures being basically being free, in the sense of like being able to travel mentally, to expand upon the things that you value. So expanding on the things that you value and shit like that. So being a unique individual and seeing how far that individuality can go. You feel me? So that's kind of what's going on. Now, if you did want to use that other energies, just so that's not to waste, think about that more so in terms of your first house. You know what I'm saying? Your first house, Lord, is in the 7th house. So, you know what I'm saying? Taking your shit and making it more relatable, your personal shit. You know what I'm saying? Finding ways to make your personal shit more relatable. Not overextending your personal life to people who don't need it, but it's just like finding way, like that ain't even got to be a verbal like thing, even though it's about communicating. So, you know what I'm saying? But it is in a lot of ways just kind of seeing what you're relating to, and you know what I'm saying? But, you know, being that it's basically like seeing ways that finding ways that your personal shit can be related as in terms of like partnership and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Not feeling like you got to do everything on your own. You actually have people in your circle that you can collaborate with, that you can work with, that can work with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, making your personal shit a little more relatable. You know what I'm saying? Not having everybody in your business, but if there are people in your personal life that come around and, you know, wanna help you, possibly could help you. You know what I'm saying? Not being so, you know, standoffish or not being so rejection based on, you know what I'm saying, on that shit. So anyway, yeah. So now we're gonna move on to the 6th house. So the 6th house, that Lord is gonna be in the 7th house because we talk about Mercury and shit like that. So yeah. So with the 6th house, so basically having a 6th house in Virgo, so what you need to be working on, right, is being a little more relatable, or whatever it is that you are working on, finding ways to make it relatable. So because there's no planets transit in there, I'm purely looking at just where the house lord is at, and with your 6th house lord being in the 7th house, it's just whatever you're working on, see ways it could possibly be more relatable. And like I said, these are less like when the planets is somewhere, that's like something directly influencing you. When the house lords, it's more like optional shit that could enhance different things. Like, so look at it more like an enhancement. If you work to make whatever you're working on a little more relatable, or seeing who you can relate to help you work on certain things, that is a way you can utilize that energy in a benefit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And then finally, you got your 10th house, which is Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? And you got Pluto transit in there and the moon. So right now with the moon transit in there, you are, you know, the moon don't like to be in Capricorn or the 10th house. So, you know what I'm saying? You might be reacting and responding to things that have to deal with material responsibility, things that kind of make you uncomfortable by default, just based upon them being rooted in the magic square, or you having to have some kind of status or stability. So if you're unstable right now, you might be highly uncomfortable, but try not to let that overtake you. Try not to let that shift where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, that what you need to do is use your emotions to help you transform. So if there are disgruntled energies you're having based upon your status and what you're known for, the moon is going to be looking at Pluto, because it's a conjunction there. Pluto just went direct, so Pluto wants you to transform anyway, how you're seen and how you what you're known for in your status. So whatever it is as far as your business, you got to take that to the next level. So that's kind of the initiation of things as far as what you need to kind of be focused on. And you being your first house is always going to square your 10th house. So you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes, you know, based upon houses, it'll be a little different. But for the most part, your personal life always going to have to learn. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be an exchange of learning between what you're personally into and what you personally do, and how you personally see things versus what you're known for. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be kind of a situation where you're going to have to learn. And so, you know, off the bat, you know what I'm saying, learn how to transform and take that transformation into your own hands. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what's going on for you. So yeah, I'm gonna pull these cards. I'm gonna start shuffling shit. And so, you know, basically in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna conclude everything. So for the most part, yeah, you're going through a lot of you're expanding your uniqueness as far as your gifts. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to your business, you expanding your uniqueness, and you're finding ways to actually be more relatable. You know what I'm saying? And this season is always a little tough, because, you know, it's when, you know, it's 180 degrees for y'all. So like, you know, I know, like, and at least for y'all ascended, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that can kind of create situations where, yeah, it's a little tension, you know what I'm saying? It's a little tension and shit like that, a little uncomfortability. But for the most part, it's a lot of room for growth. You feel me? So hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna shuffle these. We're gonna see what's up with we're gonna go a little deeper. So along with your values and shit, your second house, we're gonna figure out, you know, what kind of the circumstances basically and what we need to be paying attention to. Or what you need to be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it? Like I said, I hurt my finger and shit like that, so I gotta my shuffle a little questionable right now. You know? But we're gonna get it right, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this right. But yeah, for the most part, so yeah, that's what's up, Aries, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what's up with your circumstance and situation. Okay, okay. We got the four air. So with the four air, basically, this is a situation where, you know, four is dealing with thoughts as well. Air thinking with thinking. So when it comes to your like what to value, um, value in communication and value in communication and basically being you know what I'm saying, being clear about, like I was saying about expanding upon your uniqueness and seeing how far it can go. Four also deals with just the mental realm in general. So like, you know, thinking about these things and finding ways that you can actually be a little more communicating or communicative about what it is that you are, you know, valuing. So, or what you have to offer to the world type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes to your uniqueness and how you're going about, like basically like the circumstance you in, it's like that's the situation. So it's like that's your gift right now. It's like your ability to, it's like spend time with your thoughts. And you know, when we're talking about the number four, it's like three is like the having the accumulation of something. Four is like being able to be an oversoul about it. So having that outside perspective where now you're looking at your circumstance and you're able to create a higher thought about it. So create a higher thought about what it is that you value or what you feel like you have to offer to the world. So through your business, whatever it is that you're using as your main source of, like, this is going to be my product. This is what I'm going to figure out how to package and sell. Whatever that is, start to create higher thoughts about them, and higher thoughts in the sense of, like I said, along with what we just talked about with your second house being having Uranus there. Make sure it's unique. Make sure it's uniquely you. The more unique, you know what I'm saying, the more better. Unique is innovation is like a high currency right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we going into a time where it's just we live in an age where there's so much saturation and shit, things, and it like so much saturation in the world, right? And we live in a magic square system where the things that get promoted and glorified are the things that people have seen already. They're recycled, they're manufactured. That's why we keep getting remakes and remakes and remakes. As far as movies go, there ain't no real good movies out because everything's a fucking either a remake or a spin-off that's very unoriginal and shit like that, because what sells and what they want to put on the screens is the whatever bullshit magic square box mind frame that they want you to have, you know what I'm saying? But innovation is where independent artists, the innovation is how influencers even became a thing, where it was just people on a platform doing their thing, being unique as fuck, and people decided they was fucking with that more so than the mainstream, because the mainstream just regurgitated garbage, you feel me? So that's kind of the vibe. It's like creating a higher thought about what it is that you want to do. And then four is also a number of construction. So I kind of get the message like construct your thoughts around what it is that you have to offer to the world, and make sure those, you know what I'm saying, make sure it's unique. Start to construct those thoughts around it so that you can create a box for it, a box that it makes sense, you know what I'm saying, and you could actually use it in a practical sense. So, you know, if you create, you know what I'm saying, creating a box for it, and not boxing yourself into where you can't be, can't continue to be free, you know what I'm saying, but it's just like solidify that idea and make sure it's something that you can keep going back to and plant as a seed that can grow. You know what I'm saying? That's why Taurus is the second house and it's an earth sign, because for something to grow, you have to have a sturdy, fixated frame of reference. You feel me? And as an Aries rising, that might not even be easy for you to do. But you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Just because Aries energy isn't really doesn't really like to sit down and square things out. It likes to spark and initiate. You feel me? So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. So that's going on in your second house. And for the most part, your second house Lord being in the ninth house, expanding on that, and going, seeing how far you can go with that. So let's talk about your sixth house. Dive in, see what's going on in there. See what's going on. What's going on? I can't tell you. Shout out to Marvin Gaye. Shout out to Marvin Gaye. I don't know what his sign was. I feel like I look up certain people's signs and I just forget. But yeah, I know he wasn't on Aries though. I think he might have been a Taurus. Don't know. I don't know. Ooh, that's kind of like a fallout. So y'all might be a little scattered when it comes to what you're trying to organize type shit. I might be a little scattered when it comes to what you're trying to organize. You know what I'm saying? So that in and of itself, you know, you need to get more organized type shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Got two cards that came out actually. So we got 8 with the hourglass, right? And we got, what is it, 6. So we're dealing with earth and water. So let's start with I seen the earth card first. So with this card, right, what I'm getting is time. Eight deals with time. 8 deals with time. Time, you need to spend time on practical matters, you know what I'm saying, because it's earth. So spending time on practical matters. So spending time organizing, probably doing that itself. Spending time organizing, focused on practical matters, and really taking your, like, I feel like maybe y'all be rushing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be rushing y'all shit. And so because y'all rushing, or because y'all might have too many things going on at the same time, you want to do so much different things, you're not really knowing how to divide your time the right way. So, you know, there might be a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you might need to slow down and get some more organization for you. You know what I'm saying? For yourself, you know what I'm saying, on a practical tip, you know what I'm saying, because it's time and it's dealing with the earth element. So time on practical matters. And then also emotions and 6. So 6 is paying attention to things. So paying attention to different emotions you're feeling. Spending time paying attention to how you feel. So maybe, let me think. Yeah, spending time paying attention to how you feel. So, you know, maybe there's a situation where, or maybe spending more times with feelings, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to your business and shit, because water deals with connection and shit like that. And so since this is a business reading, I feel like maybe what you're missing is some kind of way to connect emotionally through whatever it is that you're doing. So maybe like there needs to be more time spent figuring out ways to kind of connect with your audience more. Cause like now with the 6th house, these are things that we need to criticize and we need to organize. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, or maybe you're letting too many emotions kind of get in the way of your time management. You're allowing yourself to soak into certain things where you have to, it's like you wasting time on certain things just based upon how you feel about it. Water also deals with self-doubt, insecurities type shit. So you could be paying attention to an emotional insecurity that's kind of taking your time away from your business or hurting your ability to organize things properly. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting right now. It's like, you know, maybe like, you know what I'm saying, either on the tip of everything's going good for you and it's more so something you're adjusting within your business and how it can run more efficiently. That's more on the positive end, aka looking at it like you just need to spend more time seeing how you can connect with your audience emotionally. Or it's on the negative end where because of a certain emotion and feeling or a doubt that you have and you're paying attention too much attention to it, you're wasting time, or you're spending time that could have been used to go towards constructing something more productive. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm getting for your sixth house, what you need to organize and criticize. And yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, and that along with your sixth house Lord being in the seventh house, that can make sense too for what I was saying about connecting to your audience. You know what I'm saying? Spend more time thinking of practical ways to connect to your audience, because making it more relatable. You know what I'm saying? Making it more relatable and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your content ain't. It could be more relatable. I'm not gonna say it's not relatable enough. I'm just gonna say it could be more relatable, or that's area of improvement. You know what I'm saying? Virgo is very much an improvement sign. It's the details in between shit. So it's the details that you can utilize to help organize and push your business further this week. Ooh, that shit came right out for the 10th house. So off the bat, actually, I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna do that again because that came out too fast. I ain't even really was in the mind state. You know what I'm saying? So like, we talk about your 10th house. You got Capricorn there. Got Pluto and the Moon there. So we gonna do it the right way. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, making sure everything is in order. In order. Over the border. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, right out. Boom. Okay, we got Jay right here. Joker. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it is Earth. And we see the gemstone right here. And this is for the 10th house. So this is what we need to act on. So this is a jackpot. These jokers are jackpots. So a jackpot on some earth energy, right? So a large sum of some earth energy. So, this is what we need to take action on. So taking action on practical matters, taking action on like I was saying before with transformation, the moon being there. So it's kind of like, I feel like maybe that emotion and feeling, like on some level, organizing your feelings as well, organizing your feelings and your time. This could be looked at like that too. Like these are just two separate things that came out together, but they're indications on what you need to organize, organizing certain feelings and organizing your time and balancing the two. But in a sense, being that in your 10th house space, you pulled this one, or we pulled this one, the jackpot of this earth energy, this is where the gems is at. So basically it's like that transformation. Like if you take action on that transformation, we was talking about just Pluto being in your 10th house and shit like that, and going forward with that, there's a situation in which you can actually reap the benefits of this. You know what I'm saying? Reap the benefits of this, and it kind of goes along with everything that we was talking about like you just taking your second house, because your second house also kind of like starts to become the root system of your brand. So your brand is really reflected through the solar plexus, your fifth house. But as far as the root system of your brand, it's all about the second house, what you value. Because at the end of the day, that's why people who care about a brand, that's what they actually look for. Like they go to your about page, they go to, you know what I'm saying, your mission statement, they go to the core values that your business is built upon, whether that's family, and these be the words that you would associate with certain brands. You know what I'm saying? Like how yeah, you know what I'm saying, like the images that they produce and shit like that. Like I can't think of a really good example, because I wanted to say McDonald's, and the first thing that comes to my mind, like fuck it, I guess it is a good example. McDonald's, when you like think of McDonald's family. Now you might be like, that's not what I think about, but like, you know what I'm saying, in the commercials and shit like that, they push the family aspect on you, like, out with your family and we getting a quick bite, laughing at the park and we just got some McDonald's, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, type of things that go along with their brand that associated with a certain word. Those words is back to support by the value that they wanted to push out. So it's like the root system, you know what I'm saying? And companies with strong roots, they go always gain more traction and have more customers just simply because they have clear values and people can associate themselves with certain values and see where, you know what I'm saying? And people, that's what people pay for. But anyway, getting back to this, like I said, so from the very beginning, thinking and constructing your unique sense around what you value and making that more relatable, or expanding on that and finding ways to think about it and ultimately communicate about it, right? And then through that, organizing, figuring out practical ways, spend time figuring out practical ways to make whatever it is that you have to offer to the world more relatable, more able to connect and shit like that. And then Virgo also being like making it more relatable. So even even like maybe even connecting to an individual that can help you, you know what I'm saying, help you organize and shit like that. But I don't really get that. That's a stretch. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, for the most part, organizing ways to make what it is that you're working on more connecting. You know what I'm saying? Make it add more connection to it, and then ultimately leading to this jackpot, and that jackpot being on Earth energy. So finding the jackpot in ways to organize and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Or taking the initiative to transform for the sake of the jackpot. You know what I'm saying? And then like with the jackpot, basically you'll be able to kind of go deeper as far as like with your business and things of that nature. And then like, let me see, your 10th house lord is in the 11th house, because it's in whatchamacallit, it's in Aquarius. So ultimately, beginning to network more just when it comes to your business. Like, you know what I'm saying, like it's a pretty, a lot of these things seem rooted really in just kind of taking everything to the next level. That's kind of what I get from this. It's like the 4 being like I said, constructing a higher thought for your, or just constructing it, organizing it more so in your mental space. You know what I'm saying? And then expanding that through the house lord, and then spending time seeing how things can connect more, as far as what you need to organize and criticize, and then reaping the jackpot based upon your initiative on transforming things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really where the jackpot is coming from. It's more so shrouded in how well it's tucked behind how well you can actually go about transforming. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the jackpot lies. And so I'm gonna pull the last one, and we're gonna conclude this. All right, we got these. That's a conclusion, right? So with this, I'm kind of feeling like, man, see now, with the 4 of fire, right? The 4 of fire, and let's talk about the 4 of fire first. So with the 4 of fire, it's almost like basically, again with the thought, right? But it's more like a passionate thought. So it's kind of like the conclusion is like taking that passion and grounding it. You know what I'm saying? Right here is like the king of earth. This is giving grand support. So it's almost like, in the way it came out, it was like this, kind of like where this is like back and supporting this almost. You know what I'm saying? Like this is back and supporting that. So it's like it's almost like this turns into this based upon how well you're able to structure it. It's almost like, yeah, because like in a way, it's almost like it has all the elements in it. It's like this is traveling through it. So it's almost like, so what you have to offer to the world, right? You got to think and create a better frame of mind for it. That better frame of mind should be organized in a way in which it's more connecting, right? But it's also like very well structured. So it's almost like it's not just a bunch of water splashing everywhere. It's not just a bunch of emotions everywhere, here, there, and everywhere, but it's more like organized emotions in which, you know what I'm saying, or using those emotions not just to be emotions, but to be things to with a purpose and with a function, a practical function. That practical function being able to connect to your audience. You know what I'm saying? Connect to who, yeah, and making it more relatable to your network, your network. You know what I'm saying? Because through the transformations you make, right, and commit to, because these right here are gonna bring about transformations anyway. But the better you can commit to those transformations, and it's gonna expand your network. You know what I'm saying, in a practical way, where you're now gonna be able to have more people in your circle. That's where to actually help. You know what I'm saying, and that kind of goes along with your astrology as well, where, you know what I'm saying, right now it's like you might need a little help. You know what I'm saying, need a little help. You also got Chiron in your first, so you know what I'm saying, yeah, you might need a little help. You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, right now. So, and it's not about needing help so much to where it's like, you know, a bad thing. It's more so like just you might be able, there might be opportunities to do more if you had somebody to kind of work with. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know that kind of goes against that Aries energy, you know, but it's just like, you know, we use all these energies for our benefit, you feel me? And then ultimately, like, the conclusion of it is, if you do it properly, you'll be able to take that, what started as what you have to offer to the world, and a well-constructed thought. You'll now be able to add your natural passion behind it, and that passion will be supported by that mental energy. You know what I'm saying? Just because those 4 and 4s, I feel like those connect. So it's like that mental energy turns into something you could be passionate about, and because you got it well structured, you can offer grand support through the earth matters within your network. You know what I'm saying? Within you, because I'm just looking at, you know, business within your network, and then that's kind of where this J left off. You know what I'm saying? Within your network, or whatever it is that you need to do as far as your business, and or it could either be for others or the structure of your own business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to have more energy and vitality, and more of a clear line of sight. You know what I'm saying? Because we see that spark. You know what I'm saying? We see that light right there. You know what I'm saying? That light shining, and it's able to pierce through. So it's like basically us, you know what I'm saying? Y'all being able to have better foresight better foresight, literally, when it comes to the things that need your grand support as far as practical matters. So whether that be other people outside of you, or that be your own shit, you feel me? Your own practicality, your own business, and things of that nature. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's the read right now. You know, that's the read for this week, basically. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, man, hopefully you found this helpful, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace out, much love. Shout out to all y'all Aries risings. Hey.